All right, so here's how to do a squat. This video is gonna be a little bit on the longer side because it's a little bit more complex of a movement. So when you're gonna be doing your squat, a few things you need to be aware of is your shoes, how you're going to be squatting, the positioning of your body, your breathing, and how to engage your core. So first thing, I personally like to squat with either minimalist shoes or with a little 5 to 2.5 pound plate under my heel. The reason being is because, I'll show you this way here. Oh, lost my sock. I don't squat with big cushion shoes because it's an unstable surface, but basically if I go down with my feet flat on the ground, this is pretty much how low I can get from here. If I am to add 2.5 pound plates under my heels, I am able to go all the way down with ease, with no issues. I've twisted each of my ankles about 10 times when I played basketball throughout my college years, so my ankle mobility isn't that great. It's obviously something I'm working on, so this is not a forever solution, but ultimately if you grab weightlifting shoes as well, the heel is going to be elevated for your lift. So ultimately we're just gonna keep these here because they make me feel better. So for the squat positioning, what you want to do is you want to adjust the bar to about like your mid-chest level, right? This is approximately my mid-chest level because you want to be able to walk under it and unrack it safely, right? You don't want to be on your tippy toes trying to rack it and unrack it because when you're tired at the end, you may be way more likely to miss the racking. So a few things you want to keep in mind. You want to have the bar even on each side. I've seen so many people that the bar is a little bit more on the left side and the right side and they have the weight and then they're basically tilted like this. So we want to have your hands, there's some lines here. I like to put my thumbs on the inner line. There's these two center lines pretty much on every single barbell. You want that to be in the middle of your neck. So what you can do is you can go under it. You can look on each side to make sure it looks even approximately. From here, what you want to do is step under the bar and you're going to stand up. Right? That's why it's important to not have the rack be too high or else you're gonna have to be on your tippy toes like this. So once you stand up, you can basically take 1 or 2 steps back. I'm gonna put my feet on the little plate. This is traditionally what I do for my workouts. And then from here, we're simply going to squat down. Now I'm gonna show an example and I'll mention the things to look out for. So we're gonna squat down and up. So here's the thing that we need to look out for. One of them is we want to sit our butt down. Now having the plate under the heel helps for me to not to tilt forward. So by sitting down, right, you want your knees to ideally not pass your toes, but if you're 6'4" like me and you have really long limbs, your knees are bound to pass your toes at a certain point. Again, there's some new research showing that it's okay for your knees to go over your toes. So if they go slightly over, don't worry about it, right? Only if there's tension on your knee, then you want to not do it. So listen to your body. So basically when you're down, what you want to focus on as you're going down here, your feet are slightly pointed towards the outside. As you're squatting down, your goal is to push those knees outwards. You'll notice maybe when you go a little bit heavier on the squat, or maybe it's your first time doing some squats, as you go down and you go to come back up, your knees might do something like this, right? To try and get the weight up. Your body will always find the path of least resistance. So if the muscles in your leg aren't strong enough, it's gonna do this weird thing to try to get you back up, right? So if that happens, put an emphasis on moving your legs on the outside. It's gonna engage your butt, which is a really big muscle. It's gonna allow you to get the weight up, right? If you still can't do it by pushing your knees on the outside, just go down a little bit in weight, right? It's much better to have the right weight and train the muscles properly than to train it inefficiently and potentially get injured. So, few things to mention. As we're doing our squat, we want to drive our belly button in, all right? So drive that belly button in, do a Kegel, that's gonna properly engage your core, hands on each side of the line, step under it, make sure you're even on each side. Once you're under it, stand up, take 1 or 2 steps back. If you have a plate or no plate, it's totally personal preference. The core is still tight, and all we're gonna do is we're going to sit down by driving our knees to the outside. Knees to the outside, knees to the outside, knees to the outside, until you get to about 90 degrees. Once you get here, you want to squeeze your butt cheeks to get back up. By squeezing your butt cheeks, it's going to bring you up to an upwards position. Again, you don't need to overextend like this, because that's how you get injured. Just want to get to the top and get a good squeeze in those butt cheeks. Once you get down here, same thing. Sit down, knees outwards to 90 degrees, and up. All right, so that is how you do a squat with a barbell.